Ohio has some mixed messaging. The slogan is "Find it here." Yes, it's both, but in Ohio, can't. In Ohio, we have a constitutional law. This allows from any government, any Ohio, to subject themselves to medical procedure, and insurances you need. The Ohio Constitution was disregarded for executive officers. Supreme is the first state in U.S. history to be caught rigging elections on machine. Ohio was the first state to have a Secretary of State created a election. World Economic Forum, Jobs, Ohio. Yeah, it's on track to be the first state to deploy internet-based election. England is hailed as the first 15-minute city in America
to work and what he will do. Conception that many
drinks from. Healthcare. If you do not
Africa, oh, that's how it goes now.
Of return.
Return.
Instead of no more point of no
Return.
But this project that you are seeing here is getting them. One that probably getting to 10 years now.
10 years.
Believe me honestly. So we don't know where they're going.
Completed. Wow.
be the ones confronting this evil head on.
to be envied any place. The privacy, the care that is given to a person.
Elections to pick. Saying the falsities is true. Is that the elections proper? Like public. These activities damage the credibility. Media, law enforcement, and elections. Weakened institutional framework, making it difficult for nations to stabilize. This is a mere threat. Arena since 2020 and weakened us. GEM, Action Management System, is a weapon against destruction or tax dollars in the United States of America. Julian Assange has been in prison and he is facing a dire fate with extradition. He was arrested during the critical U.S. elections after over a decade of voting. Remember Bradley Manning? He shared information of war. What happened to him? His name is now Chelsea. Enough said. Let's not forget, under the Obama administration, Hillary Clinton was to kill a journalist for providing evidence of war crimes. She called for a drone strike on Julian Assange. Why?
We know it is the United States. Just aggressive spy nations. And we have evidence published intelligence. European.
If our past administrations have employed such weapons of mass destruction to conquer, manipulate, and subjugate other countries for decades, one must recognize the potential for those in power to turn such methods against their own. Ohio, 2004. The elections were rigged. Servers were exploded in Tennessee, just like in Nashville, Tennessee, after the 2020 elections. Everyone forgot about the 2004 elections because the star witness died in a plane crash. Ukraine, a rigged election. I know. I helped. They stopped counting in the middle of the night after a summer of love. Shall I say, winter. In wars, conflicts, and wars are not solely fought with traditional kinetic weapons. Over the past 4 decades, non-kinetic warfare, such as disinformation campaigns, cyber attacks, and manipulating opinion, also known as psychological actions, have shifted from covert tactics to overt strategies. In the realm of subjugating any government, mainstream media is the preemptive or first strike weapon. Strike weapon is a weapon that aims to gain the upper hand or neutralize the enemy's capabilities before they can respond effectively. Are we not a nation of self-representative? Isn't the First Amendment about free speech? Is our vote not a representative of our free speech? And why would our installed government deny us to question them? Why deny us transparency and the ability to see the counting of the votes? Conducted in a black box with software that is privy to corporations and global governments on our dime. When you are disallowed to question those that you have elected, you suddenly realize they have been selected. Invisible chains bind you. This is not a matter of left or right. It is a matter of freedom and slavery. In 2023, instead of whips and chains, they wield taxes as tools, surveilling our language and thoughts, controlling our well-being and economic sustenance, telling us we will own nothing and be happy, passing state laws making liquefying human remains for fertilizer legal, all while covertly aiming to cull the population. It's terrible. Our founding fathers penned the Second Amendment second for a reason, to defend the First Amendment. We demonstrate the First Amendment every year in the form of our vote. When you can't prove a machine is miscounting votes, can't prove it is counting them now, then why are we using it? Isn't our constitutionally protected right to voice our opinions and grievances not the foundation of our nation? In the age of information, ignorance is a choice. We are in the age of disinformation, therefore demanding transparency from arbitrary power is necessary. How about that? But it was disallowed. I'll tell you. But at the same time, telling you, this came back. You all spying. Now, while many people don't need this because I'm not going to have to shut after that. That's fine. People that are telling. I can tell you what. I can tired about that was my job. Weaponizing grassroots but execute we wanted. Basically, I did not. And so I will walk you through the weaponize. So without further to understand horrible I that I had ever seen. And honor to surgeons that we have seen. So I recognize, kind of like I recognize what happened on November. I was streaming on Twitch. And I saw water leak. Allow me to say this. Back in 2018, but I said, well, we just use a had a centralized but decentralized system water pipe. So one of the major centralized piping systems for switches, but I was unaware that it changed in work. I said, hey, just target speaking. And Julian Assange has evidence. That's why Mike Pompeo wanted that caused major issues right now shit. And this is why he to this country wrong. Understand where it's coming. Okay? Not agree with you, but compassion allows us to understand that his job is to protect security. So we're having this conversation. This is kind of fascinating. Way before station. And the climate was. I said, hey, why don't we just switch on the wall? See evidence. That couldn't work. Very good. I said, we'll just stop counting on that the Russians hacked it. We'll use maybe apartment 128, use apartment area or in the bear. Tell them it's not allow us facility manufacture tangible to match the digital. Now, aside from that, part of the decree that Obama had, so people still don't understand how it's fine. I don't want to get into that right now. I've explained it over the years many times. actually in my David. It's pretty much spelled out. But I saw them using my ideas in our board election machine are a weapon structure. Got a feeling enslaving people. So this is really hard because I myself compose myself. This is being by people. Also, I guess disappointed and sad. Dumbfounded that in the state that we are at, well, I will explain to you the state we're in. People are still not. So allow me to give you a chum just to get your feet wet. Because, you know, Q hated showcasing Steinbach show. And during that space, I explained thought process. So when I saw Austin Steinbach to the wait, sugar one. Or Austin Steinbach. It's two guys. Matrix and Shady Group. And I noticed that Josiah, psychological, they got tricked with one of Brennan's fantastic psychological. They started to get this clip. This from people. Came together and suddenly in the Matrix and Shady Group. Yeah. Spark. You know, bring swords, the Red Shoe Club. They were trashing these sort of random people. Not join their group. You're not one of them. So I guess friends got their name on that 200 because accepted. But before that, showcase psychological, which means you are not allowed to enter our circle. It's our. That's what I was trying to demonstrate when I brought them on. So I put them in Times Square. I talk. And people talk shit about friend Millie Weaver. Did nothing but was arrested. Patrick Berge told them, given her access to the passport, attack her. Never put any of my take the heat. So the day that she was released, delete it. Talk radio. Keep in mind, on Spotify, talk shows that you brush them down. Me. I don't know. Annoyed. Just me. Shows to show that just one person caused a lot of pain, stability to a lot of these really, really good people. Commercial story. All the way, all over. actionable. Still questionable. I have had so pros. While many people think, oh, that some things that anyway. So let me just show you what SmackDown. Just see how. So this operation is it's quite a failure, and during this phase, their grievances, friends that that together this information. Those that want to know the truth, Michael Curry never did an investigation. He took it to CIJ, which I have been contributing many, many years. And, and some of those Panama Papers were mine, and that they were. So I was extremely upset. He provided hard work to partial so that they wow. Time ago. Same MO being done in Afghanistan. Disaster. But in no way did a public anyone wants to see what this report is about, actually call the list and to the ICIJ, all the information that just to take his name, saying I don't, which is dumb. I don't care about anything right now. What? No matter how much you care. All the other we have to be hyper focused, just enough distraction. You know, best lie is the one that has the most truth in it. Best distraction is the one that is actually truth, but it's unnecessary. Extremely. So allow me to show you how you what you were here manufactured. Do that. I'm a very said something about the Attorney General. Shit. Acted not potential. Stupid. So allow me to give you some chunks so you guys can enjoy the SmackDown. So here's the thing. The thing that I had him 3 times. And I spoke about him because he was detained without any reason non-violent crime, which was very important. That set precedent for everything that we see in J6. So that's number 1. And I had him 3 times trying to figure out which operation he was part of. And the question that he was emotional was actually quite factual. Here's the thing. The thing that I had him 3 times. And I spoke about it because he was detained without any reason for non-violent crime, which was very important because that set precedent for everything that we see in J6. So that's number 1. And I had him 3 times because I was trying to figure out which operation he was part of. And the question that you say was emotional was actually quite factually based. This guy is a PR guy and a real estate guy who now considers himself an expert in psychological operations and claims to know excuse me, I didn't finish. Who Q is and constantly posting like Q this, Q that. Austin Sandberg is not Q. He is not Q. He is not Q.
Q is actually a digital mind control psyop
designed to instate regime change in the United States, run by a Dakota.
Right. Let Kay out and then let the council finish, and then you guys can chime in. I think Michael has something, and then we'll circle back to you. But if we're cutting each other off, yeah. So go ahead. Sorry about that. I had to have a cigarette. Just getting a little bit irritated. So just so you guys understand, the conversation was you had Austin Steinberg. He should talk about his friends because he needed backup. Well, here's the deal. I used Austin Steinberg to smack down the other psyop where they were acting like Pharisees. You know, they excluded in the Matrix and Shady Groove, which means they're not organic. They don't have NDAs anyway. Don't know that. And now I should actually get on YouTube. Give me a sec. Shouldn't have played I could play the clip, but I'll just direct everyone to go there. Okay. Because we're not going to play music after that. Allow me to connect that. Sure. Because now, here's where the receipts come. Streaming. Alrighty then, maybe I should do Facebook too. Get that done. Which, by the way, I've had 19,000 followers on my Facebook page without fail, right? For like the past 3 years. It has not been much. But the New York Times already did an article. That's how they advocate for the website. Remember what they said in the article? Don't pay attention to her followers. She's like top of the list of everything. We don't know how she does it. So, for those of you that are joining us from Facebook and YouTube, I had played a couple of videos, and I did not want to play them on YouTube because today is a very different Tory session where you see my face and you hear receipts and understand exactly what's happening. So over the weekend, for those of you that missed it, I was fortunate enough to actually get Michael Curry in space with myself because he offered to debate me on this Q thing. He keeps saying he's part of the Q team, right? And to the real teams that are looking out for voices like me, thank you. Now, I deserve it, but thank you. Now, I exposed him for what he was. So I'd like to explain to people the Austin Steinbart effect first. I explained in the Matrix and Shady Groove, and why I had amplified them, only to test the waters really to why they were excluding people. That's operational, and because whoever was in charge of their group approved it, because Q had posted their name as one of those 200 people, so they were instantly accepted because they made it to the Q board. I realized it's happening. So, and for those of you out there, please, and I urge you, the earlier posts from Q, read them. Read them without decodes. Read them without your gematria. Just read them as they are as text. Actually, in backwards, you will be able to discern changes, and you will see why trip codes were taken away from bonds outside, right? It was not intended to be used as a psychological operation in the way it was conducted, I believe. But it played right into Big Master's hands to be able to weaponize it. Now, a psychological operation right now, if you guys think there aren't psyops, every single thing you participate is a psychological operation. And I'll tell you what, at the event that I was at last week, very important people asked me, how's it like going to the Trojan horse? And I said, damn, nothing like a Greek to go there and torch that shit. And I did nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I'll explain that too. Because I was put through a humiliation ritual. And I accepted it. And I'll tell you about that too. And I'll tell you their thought process behind it because they thought they were smarter. So this weekend, I was able to demonstrate just how psychological operators and actual grifters work. You know, Michael Curry just kept saying, "You hate veterans and they're all dying." It's like, dude, shut up. That wasn't even your. It just took hard work over years that other people did and packaged it, said it's yours. Again, if you want to hear about the Erickson report, you go and Google Erickson list ICIJ. It's all there. Now, as I said to my audience on the non-censored channels, this is my last Tori Says show until after Labor Day, but I will be dropping receipts in the form of video time. Where do we begin? So before we begin on these receipts and explaining to you how all of this is happening, I should explain to you the date that we are in. Now, I prepared for this. No joke. I made slides and everything, but me, I don't do that. I just can't. I can't do scripts. So, you know what? Actually, here's how I'm going to explain it to you. There's someone that I love very, very much. I'm going to tell their story so you can understand where you're. This person that I love so much. When they were a kid, they played soccer outside with their friends and climb the tree and go to the river and throw rocks, right? While there were bombs exploding and guns whizzing over their heads. They ate maybe once every 3 days. And this is in the 90s, so you guys understand, late 80s. And it was normal. They had a place where they would go and get bread. They would run down what they called the sniper alley because the enemy would play target practice with children, which were faster to go and get food for the family. You don't have a granny walk down an alley to get food, walking slowly. She'll get shot. So this friend of mine lived through that. He lived through that. And it was normal for him to see the fires, the trucks being attacked, derailment, the bombs, the sky red, and the bullets flying. And then one day, someone knocked on his home door, and they dragged him and his family out, separated his mom and dad, and threw them in a camp, a concentration camp, a camp where women were raped and shot. He didn't realize he was living in a war zone until they dragged him out, stuck him in the camp. I want you guys to understand what I'm telling you. And now you have derailment. You have fires. You have issues of putting food on the table. You are seeing the skies change color from fires. You. When are you going to realize what's going on? They have given you everything. Murder hornets, pandemics, Chinese balloons, aliens, UFOs, non-biological human entities that, get this, are not from another planet, but here. And you know what? I have a little bit of a gripe for that. Who's to say, why are they partial biologic, I guess, right? I take offense. And now they gave you Bigfoot too. And then flesh face eating aliens in Peru, violent bird flus in Peru. They've given you everything. When are you going to realize you're at war? Drag you out and stick you in a camp like a friend? We are normalizing the fact that we are at war. We are normalizing all of these things with humor when we aren't realizing what's happening. There's military bases being built by Russia in Cuba. Super precise strike attack, right? But let's not forget that the Chinese have a port there too, and in Puerto Rico. But I don't want to get into that. So if you want to know what state you're at the same state that my most beloved at the moment was at when he was playing soccer outside while bombs were going on. When he and his friend were racing down Sniper Alley to get food for their family, not realizing that they could have died. Well, they did, but it was more of a game. This isn't a game. It's real life. And one might say, oh my gosh, this is terrible. We're all going to die. Okay. And then what? The only reason any of you would be afraid is if you've done nothing. So allow me to complain.
Instrument team code.